schedule, it's bumped from 15 to 25, and then again, the curriculum work is bumped from 15 to 25. So, not a large jump, but at least it is still some financial gains for us for some of the work that we do outside of the classroom.
Allison?
Yep. Our $90 that we always got for class money, we got that bumped up to $120 for us. So a little something extra. And then this is where the whole like shared and missing part of your prep and all that. If you are split between the middle and high school because of the weirdnesses in their prep, then high school teachers get compensated for any minutes that they miss from 73, and middle school any that they miss under 53. So like right now, I was hit by this last year. I only have 45 minutes, so I'm getting paid for 8 minutes every day, kind of thing, additional. And so any discrepancies in the amount of time you get compared to the people in your building, then you get paid for that.
The colors are just, they said, we said, that's what the colors are. You guys kind of ignore the color. The yellow's what you want to key on.
Also, because the elementary, the middle school, Odyssey, and all that have so much less prep time than the high school, that 1 day per trimester, you are permitted to ask and get a work day. You have to be at school, but you can have a grading day, a planning day, catch up on your whatever day, because we are so literally weeks behind the high school in terms of amount of prep time.
This goes back to when the high school switched to trimesters a number of years ago, and I don't know if some of you probably remember, but for like the next year, we were given curriculum days at the elementary to kind of make up for that, but the problem became the sub shortage. So what this is kind of a compromise between that, because we understand it's difficult to take a day where your entire grade level maybe can get the day off because of the sub problem, but this is at least saying you can take a day, and maybe you can schedule it with you and one other person at your grade level if you want to do kind of some work together kind of a thing. But this at least allows you that opportunity, that option, if you so choose, to get some time back to do some of those things that we don't necessarily have the prep time to do.
Yeah, and if you're shared, you get that day. So I know we have several people who go between high school and middle school. Even though they get the extra time, high school time, since they're shared, they'll get that extra time.
Can we choose to do that it has to be done at school?
It has to be at school.
But can we choose to stay late and work until like maybe 6 or 7 o'clock one day to get paid the extra $25 instead of getting this up?
Unknown.
I don't know.
I could see this being an issue where they can't get subs.
But there's the thing, when the team needs to meet, when we need to meet, because our team, we got 6 people. I give Pam like 4 or 5 dates, and she'll go, here's the best one, nobody's missing. If you plan these ahead, get with the people you want to be with, Pam is awesome about setting that up. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think they're going to let it go outside. They're going to sit and be able to do that. Because this was strictly built into the day to kind of give you that day where you can be right there on campus. They're not worried about watching over us to make sure we're doing that. That's not the intent.
It might fall under, what was the $25 though to work on curriculum outside
That
of
would.
school time, so you might still be able to.
I could see this being a sub issue, where if we try to say, well, I want to take a day with 3 of my coworkers to work on this, some being, well, we can't get subs any day, or we've had that happen before where we put in for a grade level day,
Yeah.
and then, well, we didn't get enough subs, so 2 of you have to go back to your room, or.
But the intent of this is not a grade level day.
Right.
Okay, because of the sub problem. The intent of this though is to give individuals time. So I mean, if you want to try to do it as a grade level day, you can definitely try, but that wasn't the intent of this.
Okay.
Julie?
Oh yeah, so we were able to, we agreed to reduce our superintendent health
still out
I
there.
don't either.
That should be taken off. Because before, when you retire, you got paid, if you had less than 10 years, you got paid $45 a day for 60 days. If you had more than 10 years, you got $50 a day for
60 days.
For 60 days. And what we did is we got that rate increased a little bit. So if you are have less than 10 years at Shepherd, then instead of the 45 for 60, you get 50 for 60. And if you have more than 10 years, which all of us do, you get $60 for 60 days. So you're gonna get an extra $600 basically.
Yeah,
Yep.
we tried to get 100 and
Yeah, that's why the 100 is up there. We were going for 100.
They only gave us, but they agreed to 60.
We're edging. Because that idea came up. We don't have anybody's name on that. Julie, just take it from that.
We're postponing, we talked about having a sick bank, and we're postponing that due to some legal issues that we ran into. So they are agreeing though to, a long time ago, they used to allow us to donate comp days if we wanted to. If people, if members needed time, they ran out of days and there was an emergency. But we don't get comp days anymore, so now we asked if, we would be able to donate sick days, which they've never allowed us to do before. But this current board, for whatever reason, they think that's a great idea. So, they said that we can donate our sick days if we choose to, so we're working on a letter of agreement right now.
That will come and happen. It's just, we're working on the legal verbiage. But for the board members who have businesses, we're all in agreement that at our place, we just, so-and-so needs them. Well, I'll give 3, I'll give 3, I'll give 3, I'll give 3. It takes away, a lot of the things that we read had a panel. Well, you have to come to 5 or 4 of us and I need sick time. Well, what's the first question the panel wants to know? Well, why are you going sick? You shouldn't have to tell them. So that's where we're kind of caught up, but we're working on it because Mr. Brimmer did a thing for veterans where he was at McBain. It went over great, gave us the idea, and we thought, man, somebody retires with 120, they only get paid for 60. Those other 60 are up in the air. The board makes money off that. So it's coming. You guys will be the first ones to find out as soon as we get it concreted. Oh, there you go. Anybody? Up for grab.
Do we wanna put the,
I could put the calendar up there and run it. So
So we're still, in fact, I'll go check and see if he wrote me back. We're still communicating with Steve about the calendar. Right now, we are out on June 9th, which is a Tuesday. And Steve talked to some superintendents the other day, and I guess all of the other local districts are going to be out on the 5th, which is the Friday before. So he was trying to see if there was a way that we could be out on the 5th also. But we're not sure if that's going to work.
But one of the things, you guys, it was very clearly stated in the survey you liked the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, the Monday after maple syrup. So building those 2 in, if you take those 2 out, it moves us back to the other week. It's kind of a push. So you can see where it goes. So we're kind of racking our brains right now because we don't have to TA this calendar. We're TAing pretty much everything else. Deb, correct me if I'm wrong. Once we get the calendar settled where both sides will agree, because we're actually looking into required teacher time by the state, hours and things like that. You see, you just responded. I couldn't catch what he said. We're trying to milk this for everything that we could possibly get. I'm only going to speak for myself. Could we start early? I want out early. That was adamant when we negotiated this year. We're starting earlier. We get out early, period. But we're going to take more days during the year. Because of that, I see the argument on the counter side. It was pretty loud and clear in the survey when I sent it out. If you go look back, people really like the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. So I think the more flexible one is the Monday after SACFest. So, what do you say?
So he's saying that our current contract expires, we have 186 teacher days, but we don't need to have that. And Allison looked up.
I looked up the state law, and as far as I can tell by the reading, the only 2 requirements are pertaining to student time. 180 days, 1,098 hours. There's nothing mentioned about teacher required days over that. So I'm sending her the link to that thing at michigan.gov and see what he says.
I'm sure what's got themselves all in a twist is if we worked 186 teacher days last year, we're only looking to work 185 teacher days this year. That's a raise for us because our per diem just goes up. And that's, I'm sure, what's got them all in a twist over it. But the thing is we're meeting the state requirements, we're doing what we need to do.
Jill has a question.
Yeah, do we really still need gear day off?
Well, we asked about that before, and Claire and the board before always told us that that was never negotiable. They would never run buses on that day.
Do other schools around the district run buses on that day?
Not Pleasant.
Mount Pleasant does. They have had exams on Deer Day actually this year.
Because, I mean, okay, so the fact is it's not kids missing school or teachers missing school, it's they don't wanna run buses on that day.
Yeah, that's what they always told us.
Okay.
Question.
As far as teacher required days above and beyond student 180 days, I know a contract that I was part of, we had only 3 additional teacher days, so teachers went 183, students 180, and how that was worked in was with half days, student half day, teacher PD. So I do not believe there is a required teacher amount, because we only had 183 in the past.
I'm sure some of the old guard in here, thing remembers 184. We're trying to remember because it was referred to before, kids were referred to as bus rides and teachers were as 184. We were trying to have it out of rack in our brains and trying to hold us around here, except for Julie. And then you get to that point where where did those other 2 days come from? I think it just shifted as the state shifted student days. So we're gonna talk to Steve and the board when we get done with this. We just can't lock in the contract yet, you guys, because it's up here. But I'm not gonna lie to you, they are so willing to work with us on this. We're getting input from the administrators, board members. It's not like this is the way it is, it's gonna be done. They're looking for suggestions, seriously. So if that makes sense. If you just wanted to peek and you look, I'm gonna send this copy of this contract to you in the email. But if you're wondering, schedule for next year, it'll be right on here, and you can see it as it goes through 21-22 school year. They're all right here to figure out how the increases will be.
There was one other additional piece of language I think we added that we didn't have on the slides, but dealing with the increasing amount of student aggressiveness, for lack of a better term. We did include a section in the contract that now states that if a student assaults a member, then there will be a meeting held, or a meeting will be scheduled within 5 days of that, involving all parties to come up with a plan for that
Right here,
student.
yeah.
Yes.
Is it
The one up right
defined as-
above.
Oh,
The
sorry.
number 1, yep. So, so that's some new language also in our contract that, to try to address some of the increasing student aggressiveness and deal with it, instead of letting the kids continue to be aggressive, and not ever having a plan in place, kind of a thing. This is now going to hopefully start to address some of that.
Julie?
Can I ask about the assault? I mean, does it have to be a physical assault? I mean,
Well, a kid ripping a whiteboard off
It
at the
says active violence.
elementary,
I
anything
No,
along
I
that
mean,
line.
Well, it has
Like
to
a verbal
result in
assault?
Yeah.
I would say, yeah.
I
No, well,
thought
it says resulting in injury or
Yeah.
property damage, but,
Property damage, so probably not.
but I would still push for
well,
it.
she's saying yes, and
I would still push for it. I mean, I'm not, but no, this is not gonna address verbal assault, but I would still push for it. If you got a kid.
We had scheduled a couple things too. Stayed the same, stayed the same, stayed the same, stayed the same.
Soccer.
Soccer was an addition. We did that one. Odyssey Athletic Events was an addition, because they go all over the place as it gets into that. Basketball, football, middle school, cross country stayed the same. Track, volleyball, cheerleading. There was some changes here. Did we change that? No, I was not at the last meeting. I know that you guys were talking about it. That stayed the same.
Yes.
Right, that stayed the same. Links German Exchange Coordinator, Foreign Language Fundraiser Coordinator.
The German exchange we added. because-
German Exchange is one of that.
Yeah.
Okay. BPA School Store, National Honor Society, Middle School Tech, Producer, Stage Director. counselors. Positions if required. Power school administrator, dual enrollment, early college got broken up. Put that in there. That's about it. I heard they're not Camp Hartley next year. Or somewhere new. Right. American tradition. That was about that. Greens for it and stuff. So we brought you what we thought we could get people. We wouldn't bring it back if we didn't think we could sell it. We could agree with it. You could if for the rest of the day, what Gretchen's going to do, how they're going to pay for the roads. But through the board meeting last night, Julie looked right at me. And one of the comments she made, she's estimating, she says I'm underestimating the $75 per pupil increase. I think it will be more. And I looked at her and I smiled because like the fifth time she looked at me and I said, Julie, what are you staring at me for? Well, I'm not. I'm looking at everybody else. Because we all believe there will be more. But are you willing to gamble that and leave financials open? When we presented last year the 2% fully paid insurance, this union screamed loudly, you like concrete. Knowing, bringing this back for 3 years, you know exactly where you stand. So,
And even if there's a nice bump this year, if 2 years from now there's not, we still have the raise.
So then is it your intention to try to not have to get rid of a day, being that teachers there is no requirement of teacher time? What is your plan then?
well, Steve's emailing back and forth. He goes, he's sorry about that. Let me do some adding. Probably shoot over to central office and chat with him right after this.
I think if we teach a half day on the day before Thanksgiving, I think that's the only change we would have to make, and then we can be out on the fifth. If that's what you would like to do, then that could be part of the survey then. Or,
Survey for a TA usually is as plain as it possibly can be. Yes or no. And we'll list it, and I'll still list the major things that comes into that so we can all see it and everything. But as soon as you start adding stuff to it, confusion just, especially people who aren't here, that'll be a tough one. So here's the thing, you guys, what we can do, we can go chat with Steve. We don't have to send a survey out until tomorrow morning, whether or not you want to vote this TA in or not. But that's what we're down to, is that those days.
Well, we could probably include when we send the
Yep, what it is.
that we spoke with Steve, and this is what the calendar now says, that
Yep.
we're gonna do a half a day on Thursday, get out on the fifth, or Wednesday rather, get on the fifth, so that you have that information in here.
Yep, but the one thing we are begging, and I will personally say, I'm on my knees begging you, if for some chance you vote no, please tell us why. Just saying no is a slap in our face. We gotta know why. And if you say it's that half day before Thanksgiving, and we get enough numbers to tell us that, we're going back. Because we can say, this is a sticking point. And they know when we say sticking points, we gotta find a way to work together. But just a no vote, we sit there and go, why? And if it's close and it's around that 60-40%, where we really go, okay, we need to know, and we don't know where to go. I mean, it's just, go to spring break and you don't point in any direction. Yeah.
Sick days, did that change to 9 days, before it was 3 days?
So it's still 9, it's always been 9 and 3.
It's 9 and 3,
Nine.
okay. And was there talk about comp time?
Really
That-
We
Yes,
tried.
There was talk.
We tried, and it was, to put it this way, Truman, their lawyers, immediately, their number one thing was take PTO off, paid time off. I've been begging to switch that for years. The problem is, and I'll say this freely, I don't care if it's on camera or not, for them to go after a teacher and you have PTO, that's very difficult. Because you could be taking on Friday and on Monday, anytime you wanted to, and it doesn't have to be declared as sick, comp, personal. It's just my time. You don't have to know. So on their side, they want something more tuned in, and if you're abusing the system, they can fight that. Well, the comp days, you know, we had it before, and we were told it was a bookkeeping nightmare. We kind of countered with, and I said to them at one point, so is when you put 36 seniors in my $30 periods of bookkeeping nightmare. You know, when you get to that point, so it's a give and take. That was pretty much a sticking point. Comp times were a sticking point. So we understood that. We went other directions, and that's where you'll start to see, like, how did you get room money? How did you get this date built in for people? They were so willing to compromise in some areas. I mean, it was awesome working with them. Does that make sense? Yeah, because I liked the comp days. But with them going to allow us to share sick time and things like that, that's pretty cool. No, see,
With insurance,
did they by any chance, or did you bring up letting our spouses come back on our insurance
Yeah.
plan?
The problem is because we're self-funded, any additional contracts or people that we put on that is more of a cost to the district. And so by doing that, you know, again, they're talking about, you know, there is this one pot of money, and the more that we take from that for things like that, then the less we have for salary, for some of the other increases that we got.
The comment was, we have one bucket to dump from, we have to completely change the bucket if we bring spouses back on. That's how it came to that. So we were on that for about a day. I remember talking about that. I just double checked, Susan, it just 93. 96 goes through
There are a lot of places too that will not allow your, if they offer insurance, they won't allow your spouse to then.
Right, but I also know a lot of school districts too are like front loading, so their deductible isn't as much either. Like they're getting what prepaid Visa cards, or they're putting it on a savings account, so yeah, it's helping with the deductible there, because some families are getting hit with double, like $5,000 worth of deductibles.
Yep.
So it's basically a $5,000 pay cut for the family.
Yes.
What do the 4 days before school look like?
For professional development days, there's one that's, what's the one that they had locked
We're
in?
doing something with trauma.
Trauma deal, I know that is. And it'll be a lot of, same as always, I mean, it hasn't
We
changed a
don't
lot.
usually get much time to work in the classroom, so.
But we have changed, it's not all the curriculum stuff this year and things that we'll be doing, it's gonna be a little bit more building, we're hoping. But that was a huge cry in the survey we took too, because people wanted to front load it to get that day prior to and prior after, as we did that, so. But I will tell you, Mr. Brimmer is a free thinker, and he asked, not for this coming year, but for the following year, starting 2 weeks prior to Labor Day. So it would shorten 1 year, that would look and get us closer to Memorial Weekend. Now, the big question is, would seniors get out prior to that? Probably not. You can see some disgruntledness as it comes in. So it'd be really interesting to see how that works. But that was on the table, not for this fall. There's no way. But if we did that next year, you'd have a little bit of a shortened summer of a week right there, about 4 days. But then that following year would catch up for you. So personally, myself, I like that. So, but we will survey you and get your input on that. Please feel free to speak for you. We're scheduling next year about every 4 months a meeting. The reason we didn't is the attendance of those over the years has been extremely low. We try to get people there, but when you plan for a meeting to get your input, and there's only 3 or 4 people showing up, or at one point nobody but the team, it's disgruntling. So we're gonna schedule it so you can put it in your planner. So if you're watching this calendar go, you're watching this contract go, and you think, man, this just doesn't work, and we need your voices. We will have 100 teachers on staff next year. Picked up 2. So that's fantastic. Jason Wolf, if you didn't just check your email, was appointed as the elementary principal. We'll be hiring at the middle, the vice principal situation there. So, did I see a hand? That's that one. Yeah.
Is there language guaranteeing us a full step all 3 years?
Yeah.
Okay.
That is all full. Just straight across the board, everything you're gonna see. Yep.
Is there any talk about numbers of the students in the classroom, capping those numbers?
I worked them hard
That's an understatement.
for that. Their claim, their counter was, you know, we obviously do care about class size because we're hiring the additional staff this year, and I said yes, and we appreciate that, but that doesn't guarantee in future years that somebody else doesn't come along and screw us again. Steve and the board kept assuring us that they do care about class size, that they are, you know, that they, especially at the K-3 level, because of the third grade reading law, the intent is to try to keep those numbers as low as possible. It's something that we're gonna continue, that I'm personally gonna continue to try to fight for, but it just didn't, it wasn't gonna happen this contract with some of the other stuff, so.
Ideas, questions, thoughts, feelings?
A bit surprising to see how much give they did. I kept waiting for the ball to drop, because I've been here a long time, obviously, but.
When's the last 3 years you saw come across the table? Karen?
Probably.
Don't put me out as old, what are you doing?
No, but I'm just, come on, we've been together a long time, we've shared
Right.
time.
No, but seriously, I haven't seen a contract, 3-year contract, I can't even remember when I was
we were, team, we were a little surprised too.
But, and then all these increases, so I'm thinking, oh, somebody realized we really do have some money here, which is nice. I appreciate all the hard work you've done, all of you, thank you.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, I like to call it a Tetris game. You just gotta find the right pieces that fit together. And when you got people that'll sit there and listen to you and talk to you and realize, you know, we looked right at Julie at one point, Julie Freeze. Julie, it's not personal. You have a job to do to save the district money, to keep the district functional. It's not personal. She came up and thanked us after it. Thank you, because so many people do take it personal. She's not trying to sweep you. But it's like, they were very transparent, talked to us, you know. I'll be honest with you. It's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, it's the best way to put it. It's pretty cool.
Our parent
Same. So in the fall, it would be the 3 blocks of time.
We moved them to 4 to 7 because in the survey, a lot of you said that you prefer moving them to 4 to 7 instead of 5 to 8. So we did move the evening ones to that.
This spring it'll be as needed.
do we come back and then Friday?
Morning. The other thing is too, a lot of times people don't want to talk in groups. Don't be afraid. We're gonna hang out. I gotta get all this stuff written up. We'll be hanging out. Talk to the team if you want to. Don't be afraid to email us, talk to us, however it is you want to go. But get with us.
I think it might have been beige when we had that, when he was here. How long ago was that?
Long time ago.
I don't think it was.
Did we ever Dodge? Well, how long's he been gone?
Baines left my second year, so
No,
in
I mean,
92.
how long ago was Dodge here? Because that's probably when
Because I hired to go with them.
So I don't know how long it's been since then.
I just know that the board was relieved because I believe John Daniels' comment was, thank God, we don't have to do this every week. You know, kind of thing, because it's time taking. And when you go through, yeah, we just went through the first day it was 4 hours, we went through just their side. We went through just our side the next time, and then you kind of shifted. But the one thing I saw that I thought was really cool, we shared it on G Drive and we worked together on it. It wasn't, okay, here's your copy, here's our copy, and we want to make sure the other team's not cheating. We made it very clear, if there's a mistake, it's a serious error. We didn't catch it. It's not trying to slip something by you. And I'll say this publicly to anything, whether it's recorded or not. Their thing that they put on the other side, Bruce Bingham, he would do that. He would do that. Not having him at the table changes the whole personality of it. So we made a few boo-boos here and there. We changed stuff left and right, but I'll reiterate once again, it's pretty cool. If you don't have any,
I was gonna say, and just FYI for you guys too, with this current calendar, depending on how things shake out, we do have a couple of built-in snow days in there like we used this year. So that if for whatever reason,
And he's right now saying that we go, where's November?
back up.
So the 27th, that's the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. He's saying that we would need to teach a full day right now because the board doesn't want to do another half day. And then go up to April, April 7th. And then, so in the survey, this was one of the ways to get a half day of professional development that people voted on. And then for this day, he's saying we have to do a whole day of PD. Because and so that's, we're gonna go talk to him in a couple minutes.
yeah, we don't want to go over PD. No.
But right now, he's saying we need to have 186. And I don't know if it's because, do you remember one time they told us there was a law that we couldn't go backwards? I don't know if that's really, I don't know if it's a law or not, but they told us that.
I wish you could have
Or
heard
kind of
Erica.
backwards and Tuesday.
If you guys could have heard Erica on this point, Dab will laugh. Because as Erica was talking calendar with them, she never ever mentioned the day after Halloween. She always referred to it as November 1st. As she talked about it. Because those kids in the elementary come in all juiced up and ready to sugar crash. It was always the November 1st day would work extremely well because it was just, we're sitting there trying not to smile. The board caught it. Come on, they're not dumb. But it's one of those things that you just look at and we just try to change the way things are done. I think it came out, it's a solid one, you guys. We wouldn't have brought it back to you if we didn't support it. But it's one of those things we want you to know, and I gotta be honest with you, we're pretty doggone happy with the turnout. I do my room and hold about 40 comfortably, so we get into that. But we'll go see Steve Chad on calendar and get you something out here today. And we can start the survey as soon as we get it done. But don't be afraid, text, call us, email, catch us on the side. If you got questions, but we do appreciate you coming out to chat.
Thank you.
Oh, cool. I'll attach this to, I'll download it so you can look at the actual
That would be
deal.
great.
How you hanging?